morning, everybody, or whoever's here. No, Matt, go lay down on your blanket. No, he thinks I'm talking to him. I've been wanting to do this for the last couple of weeks and it's been freezing, so hopefully it works. We're just doing all the basic stretches, so if you have been with me, you're going to know what to do and how to do it. I think the sound should be good. Thumbs up, heart. Basic rotation for the twist. Oh, go on your blanket, go, come on. Look at, there, lay down, thank you, down. Now he's in the screen, that's okay. Oh, a little bit of hamstring tightness, probably from our glutes yesterday. Up tall, to the ceiling, turn into a rotation, and reach as far as you can go. This is limbering. This is also measuring. See where you are today, see how it feels. It's not the greatest indicator because we just got out of bed and haven't really been moving much. But from week to week, you should feel that you are making some progress. Get a tightness down there with that one. Up, tall and over, and reach. Up, tall and over, and reach. Yeah, I'm really getting some tightness. That's right. Morning. Good stuff. So, basic rotation. TFL drop, okay? So this is where we're going to pull our ankle on top of our knee, draw it up. And you're gonna feel the tightness through, right? And then just monitor that. I like to try and keep myself up nice and tall. Good. And then I'm going to drop it opposite. Foot going outwards. Good. Even this side over here is a little tight too. Hard to keep a smile on with a TFL drop. Oh, and over. And if you can, I'm just noticing a lot of tension build here because there's tension there. If you can, to bring it in closer. The supporting leg should come in closer to get a deeper stretch. We could actually even go back to this one at the end and see how we're feeling, okay? I'm going to concentrate more on upper body for the first section and lower body for the second, okay? So we're gonna start putting several stretches together and start to increase the intensity that way for our stretches. Good job. Ooh. And stretch it out. So remember to create the tension, right? You're going to press that leg in as this one creates a force against, contracting the muscle group, and then as you stretch through the range of motion under tension, you're gonna hit ligaments, tendons, all the connective tissue, and the muscle and the joints, everything. It's all good. And tall. One more for me. Okay. So those are our two lower body limbering stretches. We're going to do the can opener. So if you remember, this is for your upper back, shoulders, hands placed together, creating the tension at your elbow and your knee. You're just going to contract all those muscles and stretch them in. And strengthening going outwards. And breathe. This should be challenging, right? You're not just in and out, okay? You're adding the tension. And then my hands can be a little bit further apart. And that way my elbows have further to come in. That stretches my upper shoulders and back. And one more here. Beautiful. Okay, can opener. Shark. Just a few of the sharks, okay? So here, creating the tension at your hands. This is going to be tender for me today. I think with the higher rep schemes that we've been doing this last week, it creates a different kind of challenge to your shoulders. So just be aware of that. You're not going backwards. You've just added in, you've just switched up the way that we're affecting the muscle groups. So your joints are going to notice that, right? Press and pull. Creating the tension at your hands. And pull across. Good. And as many as you feel comfortable with. Our next one is the elongate. And we're just going to stay on the floor. And elongate. Ooh. Out that way. Yeah. Ha-ha. Some days. And then I'm going to lengthen out to the sky. And pull it back down. Creating the tension. And press out. Elongate. And release. Yeah, today I'm really going to have to take a bunch of rests. Just when you're following the angle of your arms, so it's diagonal, pull. Relax, release. Whoa. And to the other side. All right. Creating the tension, pulling it across your chest. Breathe and release. Creating the tension. If you're creating enough tension, it's very difficult to keep the pressure on for a long time. So when you bring it back, release slightly, and then reestablish that pressure. And we're going to lengthen this up to the sky. And up. Good. And then you're going to lengthen it in the diagonal. This side isn't as bad, but on that angle, beautiful. Well, it's certainly not cold out here this morning, especially working up a bit of a sweat. The stretch sweat. There you go for the shark. We're gonna really move along with our lat pull, and this is where you're sitting back, okay? Extending that arm out front, creating the pressure, all right? There, and then I'm going to sit back. Now, I'm feeling tension in my shoulder because of the pressure. So I'm going to ease up a little bit, and I'm going to try and bring the focus into my lat, the back muscles, okay? Changing position here, I'm just going to cross it over my body a little bit. Add the tension and pull away. This feels more effective, but at this lower range, at this lower level, is when the discomfort comes in. So I share that only because you need to make these same observations and develop strategies. Each session, it's going to be different each session, all right? Other arm straight out, creating tension and pulling back. And one more if it feels good. Reposition if it's uncomfortable. At this point, I would almost say that it would be just as beneficial if it's very difficult to add the pressure. Don't, right? Just go through it. Get your mind comfortable with the movement before you add pressure and any kind of intense stretch. Nice. And reset. I think this is where we're going to the lower body. Lat pull, yep. You know, I really wanted to do this bed series, and that's the one where we mobilize the hip joint, loosen it up, and then we add the hamstring stretch. So, get rid of those guys. And so you're going to test the internal rotation of that hip and just see the mobility and how it feels today. And then we're gonna roll onto the side, and we're gonna start right away with the heel up and down, mobility in the hip joint. And then the knee up and down, just good. And then heel up and drive it out. At this point, take some liberties with the sequence. If something feels good, stick with it and do a few more. If I move on before you're ready, you just really want to visualize and feel, it's hard to feel it, but visualize that hip joint loosening up and activating. Good. There we go. Ooh, and watch the supporting leg could tense up. Just happened. So this is where we're going to turn. We're going to use that same leg, right? I like to have my little note here right beside me. Heel up and down. Again, we're mobility in that hip joint. And then the knee. There should be more range in this, with this movement. And then with it up, you're going to press it out and in. Good. And this is where we start our hamstring stretch. All right? So you want to grab behind your knee and pull that in. Now that's going to feel tight because of yesterday. I apologize. Oh my goodness. It was a good one. All right. Point, flex, roll, rotate. All righty. Reposition. If you're finding you can pull it in quite far, check and see if the knee is bent. I can get it in close, but I can't straighten out that knee. So I would go back to a point where that knee is pretty much extended and pull it in, point flex, roll, rotate, and reset. And we drop it, create a fixed position, grasp with your hand so it stays in that fixed position, and straighten and bend. Nice. Okay. And then your rotation, hand on chest, and rotate away from that elongated leg. And ease. Extend and rotate. Good. One more. One more for me. Nice job. So, facing up, let's use that same leg, internal rotation, and see the difference. Does it feel even, just even more mobile? You may not have any more length, range of motion, but does it feel better? All right, we're affecting all the tendons and ligaments surrounding the muscle, the hip joint. Okay, good. Oh, let's go for the other one right here. Drop that leg in. Ooh, this one's funny. That's unusual. Good. So this one now is rotating up and down, right? We're on the other leg. There we go, up. I just don't want to knock my coffee over. That's a no-no. And rotate. Up and hold. Yeah. And I just rotate that knee up as well on this side. But the most important here is rotating that heel up to the ceiling and then driving it out. And relax, release, up, press it out. Get in there. One more time. Rotate it up, reset, and drive it out. We're moving to the other side. The leg that's been moving is going to move again. It's on the top now, right? Bent out front, heel up and down. And then the knee up and down, good. And the knee forward and back, okay? Beautiful. Here comes our hamstring stretch. Grasp behind. Ooh. The knee, creating the tension. You want to push your leg into your hands and stretch. Point, flex, roll and rotate. Reset. And one more time, if you care. Make this your workout, okay? Nice job. Any tension building in your upper body, take the time to release it. Drop that leg and let's grasp. Now with that foot in a fixed position, we gotta stretch. This side doesn't want to stretch. That's all right. We'll give it a second. Come on, baby. Oh, no, what's going on this side? That's all right. And press it out. Should really have a strap for this side. I never thought that I'd be right here right now. All right. So, adding the rotation. Leg extended, hand on your chest, and rotate away. Ooh. Release. I feel like getting into a little cocoon. Okay. Extended and rolling. Nah, you can't do that. Not in our stretch class. Go. Well, that's as good as that's gonna get today. And you know what? It's fine, right? It's fine. We got a few more minutes. Let's really quickly go into the glute series. Pigeon pose. All right, this should be fairly automatic now. Even if that leg cannot yet straighten out, I've really come a long way with this one. Even if it can't straighten out yet, just bring it around, okay? You might even be right here. You know, I was thinking my son Taylor is starting to play hockey again down in Philadelphia, and he was saying, Mom, you know, what can I do? And I just can't imagine him able to do like this yet, right? So I'm thinking, you know, you've really gotta just start slow in a position that you can get through. And eventually just keep coming back at it. It's like a little, you just gotta scrape away, but at it, a little bit at a time, all right? And press it up. So this leg is tense because it's pressing into the floor. And you might go to one hand, less support, more work for that leg. And if you want to change sides, and if you're at this point today, some days you are, some days you aren't, right? Good stuff. And then I'm just going to take that foot to a 90-degree angle, or is that a 45? I never remember. This is the one that's still a little difficult for me, but it's getting better. And I'm just going to push up through, and the push-up comes from my leg, right? My hands are supporting. Adding the rotation away. So, you know, it's kind of important to understand, and I don't know technically or anything, but in my mind, it makes sense that if you loosen up the tendons and ligaments and the connective tissue in your hip, it's going to allow you some more movement on your upper body and your rotations, okay? And it's all interconnected. Getting a little cramp in my foot back there. Take a rest, back into the stretch. Good. And this is my opposite hand traveling out away from me. And then I drop my shoulder. Huge rotation, upper body connected to center, and relax. Extend. Pressure and drop. It does feel really good when it's done. How about the other side? Let's go. Pigeon and push up. Okay. And less support, more work. Oops, balance issues. Change hands. No hands if you're feeling pretty balanced. We'll have to see about that. Nice. All right, here we go with squaring off that front leg. Just objectively observe where that back leg is, how far you can open up the hip joint and the hip flexor. Push-ups here. Feeling a little bit better on this side. So unusual that the hamstring's tight, but the hip joint's a little looser. And then I'm going to do my rotation away. Oh, that feels good, huh? Might have a little bit too much pressure helping me hold and push, so I can just get into it and think about it a little bit more and allow that leg to do more of the work. Good. And then we're going to do the extended arm, the rotation. So we're addressing mobility, stretching and strengthening the hip joint, and then we're going to add the rotation for the upper body, tying it all together. Extend out further. And maybe one more, what do you think? Oh, nice. So let's finish up with the, this is the triangle quad. We're gonna hit it here. So this is where you're going to stretch out the lower leg first, right? And you're just going to knee up and down. And then you're going to take it to that calf stretch. So we're gonna go, I guess this is called downward facing dog. I don't know for sure. It's a calf stretch. In my world, it's a calf stretch. Good, and just pump. And you can also pump with a knee bend. Good, nice. All right, back into the triangle position. And this time you're going to use pelvic movements to stretch Mac. Okay, that's perfect right there. And up. Oh, we've done that. Okay, I'm sorry. Hips up, and you're going to rotate from one side to the other. Don't. And ease off. One more time. So this would be side to side, and there would be circles, right? And then you would hold. Last one, promise. We got to get that hamstring. We caused some damage yesterday. So, you're gonna stretch this leg, right? Hamstring under here, pressing that leg into the floor. You're gonna draw yourself back. Create the tension, lengthen the muscle. Create the tension, lengthen the muscle. And one more. Create the tension, lengthen the muscle. And change sides. And drive it in, pull it back. Whoa. And one more. Now, if you remember that hip mobility, the new little sequence we did, we're just gonna try it here. You could be standing or seated for this one. Remember, we're just gonna go through the up, open, and round it back. Forward, open, hip mobility. Should feel pretty good now that we've done the bed series. Open, then you can extend that and take it around. All right, so just go for the open and back first, and then see how that feels when you open, and then add that rotation and pull back. Good? Feels nice. Yeah, we did that at the beginning, I think, last week, and I just wanted to use it at the end to see how well it coordinated with our bed series. Up, open and back. Trying to keep your body from compensating, right? Up, open. Now if you want to add the rotation, ooh. Look at that. We did a half an hour in the sunshine. Mac and I are going to clean up the shed today, and then we're going to take out the complex. It looks like the perfect day. My neighbors have already gone out. Oh. Perfect, right? Thanks for having coffee and stretching with me today, you guys. Cheers. Enjoy your Sunday. I'll have the boards up a little later. I don't know. I think I might get them done early so that I have the day. So we have the day, right? Enjoy yours. Cheers. Talk to you tomorrow.